Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today we are going to do the third card in the Cupcake Party card series. I am posting a card at noon on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday using this stamp set from Stampin' Up. Again, it's called Cupcake Party and it is on the retirement list, so by the end of May this is going to be gone and you will not be able to get it anymore. So if you are interested in it, please click the Shop 24/7 link below. It's TT.Scraps.stampinup.net and you can purchase it from my online store and it'll come directly to your house. And there's a special Hostess code down below as well if you'd like to use that. You could be selected to be the lucky hostess who will get all of the Hostess benefits from everyone that uses that Hostess code. At the middle to end of May, I will select a hostess and that person will get all of the Hostess benefits. So if you're interested in any of these products that I'm showing today, please go ahead and hit that shop button down below. We are also going to be using a piece of paper from the designer card series that's called Cherry on Top, and this is an awesome paper pack that has just really cute, like colorful birthday type and just fun type cards or papers, and they're all double-sided and they're just beautiful, and we're going to use a piece of that looks like this today, and I have cut this by 4 by 5 1/4, and our card is cut from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I cut it in half at 4 1/4, and then we are going to fold it in half at 5 1/2, so that we will end up with an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we are going to make a shaker card. I'm excited. So this is going to be a little more, I'm going to say maybe intense than some other cards that we've made. This is still going to be a very easy card, and I think that you guys will like it. So I'm going to take this piece of designer card series paper and it's going to go here, and then we will have a little cupcake on here, and then we will have this piece of Whisper or Watermelon Wonder on top with the hole in it that you can do the shaky stuff with. And this piece of Watermelon Wonder is cut at 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, so that it all just lines up nicely. It's a little bit, usually you go 1/4 of an inch when you're doing each layer. I did a little bit more so that you could see a little more of this pretty designer paper. And then I have this white paper here below so that our cupcake will shine through. So the first thing we're going to do is stamp our cupcake onto this piece of paper. And to do that, I'm using my Misty, which is my staple. I love this thing. And I'm going to put my cardstock in the corner, and then I'm going to take my magnets and put them on. And this is not a promotion for the Misty or any of that, but I do love it. And you can get it at My Sweet Petunia if you also would like to have one. And then in the cupcake set, let's see, I think we're going to use, I think we might use this dotted one. I kind of like that. And then I need to figure out if we're going to use the Time to Celebrate or the other one. I don't know yet. So I'm going to stamp this down about right there. And I'm just putting my Tip Top Taupe on. And it's as easy as that. And then I need to put my topping on, and I think I'm just going to use the regular topping. And because this is like that, I think I'm going to stamp this on just a scrap piece of Whisper White, and then I will cut it out. So I'm just taking a piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm just going to put this like in the corner somewhere. And I'm going to stamp that with Watermelon Wonder. And Watermelon Wonder is one of the 20 actually both of these, Tip Top Taupe and Watermelon Wonder, are both part of the 2015 to 2017 stamp collections, and they are gorgeous. I love these colors, and obviously they match well together. I just went a little crazy with my stamping, so I'm going to, actually, you know what, I'm just going to erase it all because I kind of screwed up there. Now I don't need to push that hard on my thing because it's so juicy, and then it won't get on the edges. And then if I don't get enough somewhere, oh, actually I just didn't push it down. If I didn't get enough somewhere, I could just restamp it and it'll be just fine. That's one of the reasons I love the Misty. But these are part of the In Color collection, and I am doing an In Color club right now. And if you're interested in that for these colors, you can still get in. Just let me know that you're interested, and I'll figure out how we can do it. Some of the things are retiring that I have already started using, so we might have to be a little creative. But then I will start it with the new In Colors that are the 2016 to 2018 release as soon as I get that. Now, there's also a punch, the Cupcake, Build a Cupcake punch, or Cupcake Builder punch, and I'm going to use that to cut out my top. This is also retiring. So get it while you can, peeps. Get it while you can. And take advantage of the Hostess code too, because I won't always have that, and it's kind of a nice little incentive and surprise because I also will get some bonus if I promote this month, so I'm really trying to do that. I've already promoted from bronze to bronze elite, but now I want to promote to silver, and you could help me do that if you're so inclined, and if you're not, I totally get it. This is not a sales pitch. This is just for fun, but I do sell this stuff, so I kind of need you guys to know that in case you want anything. So now what we're going to do, this is going to be the inside of our shaker. So I want to take my piece of Watermelon Wonder and my circle thinlets or framelets, which are also retiring, which I can hardly believe that they are retiring, because it makes me sad because I use them a lot, but I'll still use them, and I know that something else is coming to replace it. So let's see. And I also have a piece of window cardstock. It's the clear, like, acetate. I think that's what it's called. And you can purchase this through Stampin' Up as well. Comes in sheets of 8.5 by 11. So I know that I need that to be a bigger circle than this. So I'm wondering if I can do these two sizes. Yes, absolutely I can. So I'm going to put this right down in the middle. Of my card. So I just kind of want it to be in the middle, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, and I'm going to lift it up just to see how I like that. There we go. So I put it kind of, well, eyeballed in the middle of the card, and then I'm going to close this on top of it, and then I will cut out my circle. So now my Watermelon Wonder is still 3.5 by 4 3/4, but it has a circle in the middle. And I know that I took this circle once up to cut the window sheet. So like I used this circle, and then I went one up to get the other one so that I could cut the window sheet. But I'm actually going to go 2 up just to give it room for my tape. So let's put my window sheet down, and then my topper. Ooh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? But the results are fabulous. So now my window sheet has a hole in it. Hopefully you can see that. And I don't need this part anymore. But I need the hole. So this is the part that I need. Okay, so now I'm going to put this away. I like to keep them all together so I wouldn't lose any. And where's my card? Oh, here it is. Whew. And this is going to go behind this like that. Okay, so now how do you get this attached to this? In the new catalog, there is going to be something that will help with this a lot better. But until then, and even after then, I still like to use the edges of my dimensionals paper. You can see how this comes off rather easily, and you can even get it to come off like in one strip if you just cut it. So that's how I do it. I just take it all off. If I want it to be a square, I can just use the whole thing as a shaker card and be done. But what I do is I take this and I line it up close to the edge, and I just take it around the edge of my window paper. And this is why I wanted to cut a bigger circle, because I want to make sure that you don't see this in the window. And I'm just taking it around, putting it as close to the edge as I can get it. This one needs to be snipped a little bit. And then when I get to the end, I can snip it off where I need it. And you want it to be kind of snug because you don't want any of the filling to sneak through. So go ahead and kind of push it in there. And then that's still extra, so I can leave that in there. Then I can go ahead and take this off. It was wanting to come off, so. Then I'm going to put this down on top where I can't see the tape. Oh, I did that wrong. Yikes, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. You want it to go this way on here. And you want to make sure that you don't see the tape through that window. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this with some sequins. Now my sequins are not from Stampin' Up. These are actually some that I purchased online. I don't even know where. I shop a lot online. So, and then I'm just going to take some of those, some of those. That one doesn't want to come off. Some of these. I don't know, 4 or 5 of each color, or however many you want. And you don't want them to get on this sticky part. So if they do, take them off just like that. These are kind of staticky. Use my wet wipe because that will take the static off. And I had one. Oh, it's right there. And I just threw that one right on the This is going to be so cute. And it's really not hard. You just have to have the right supplies. And these sequins are so inexpensive. They're like, let me think how much they were. They were probably like, this whole thing was probably $2. And then if you want to use your coupon at Hobby Lobby or Joann's, you can get them for a song. I'm going to use a little bit more of this one, I think. Hobby Lobby sells them too in cute little glass jars. You can just get them anywhere. If you just look up sequins, you'll find them. They're everywhere. I think you can even get some at the dollar store. Okay, so now that I have those in place, and I don't want them to stick to the edges, so I'm kind of moving that. Now, sometimes it depends on how I'm doing it. I will take glue and I will put like a little dab of glue a couple places and stick a sequin down so that there will be some spread throughout and they won't be all at the bottom of the card. But in this one, I think it's okay if I leave them like that. And you want to fill it, I don't know, enough. Not too much, but enough, you know, I don't know. And then I'm going to put this down. Actually, yes, I am. I'm going to put this down so that I can see my cupcake through the hole. I hope that worked. Yes. And then I'm going to need to trim off the top, but that's okay. So once I have this where I want it, then I can go ahead and I can tape this down. And I'm going to want to put dimensionals. I'm just going to cut some of this off. And this is just a scrap piece of paper that I used to, okay, cool. So I'm going to put dimensionals on each one of these corners. And then line it up with the Watermelon Wonder and the hole in the Watermelon Wonder by holding this up and lining this up. And then sticking this down. So now those two are all together like that. I have tape on the back of this already, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on these sides. Because this is already raised up with dimensionals, so I want to put dimensionals on the outside so that now all of this layer will be at the same height. And now I can put that, but before I do that, I think I'm going to go ahead and tape this down. Again, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and it's the Cherry on Top Designer Series cardstock pack. And then I'm going to put this down here, and I'm just centering it. I think I am. Oh, so cute. And look, you made yourself a shaker card. Now, sometimes you could be done right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bow on the front, and to do that I decided I was going to use my build a bow punch, and this is not retiring, so you can still get this, but I love it. And I'm going to do it in that same designer series paper, and what you do is you cut out 2 of these. And then I like to take my bone folder, and for these pieces that have the big part in the middle, you kind of just take your bone folder and just kind of fold them in a little bit to train those fibers that you're going to be bending. You're going to be in the middle, because this is going to be the actual bow. So then you take your handy dandy glue dots, and I put a glue dot on the end of this and then connect these 2 together like that. And then I do the same thing to the other side. And then I take a glue dot on the end of this and connect these 2 together. And then you get 2 of these after you've punched it twice. You only need 1. And I'm going to put just a little piece of dimensional on both ends of this one. So this one's going to be kind of sticky on both sides. And I put it in the middle. And then I wrap it around. Like so. So then this piece is just trash. And then these are the actual like ends. So you could make them go like that and put this down like that. You could make them go like this and put this down like this. You could make them go really close together like that. However you want to do it is perfectly fine. And let's see, I think I'm going to do it kind of like this. And I'm going to use my ATG gun for this part. Just putting a little bit of adhesive on the back of both of these. And I will do that. And then I will use a glue dot for the back of the bow. Ah! I dropped it down in my box. I bet I couldn't do that again if I tried. Isn't that adorable? Oh my word, I love it. And you can mail these through the mail. You just have to use something, be careful with it. I would suggest a padded envelope or something, or you can just squish it down and mail it that way too. It's still cute, but I kind of like the dimension of it. I like when it's sticking up. Isn't that adorable? Oh my word. You just made a shaker card. You just made a shaker card. How cool is that? Sometimes you have to get them a little shaken, because sometimes they like to stick to the edges, especially, maybe it's because these were so inexpensive. If you rubbed your embossing thing over this plastic, it probably would have been a good idea too, but I didn't, so it's okay. I like it just the way it is. That is adorable. And if you wanted to put a greeting up here, you sure could. You could put anything on the inside. It's just adorable. So I hope you like it. I hope you try it. And I hope you follow this series. I'd love to have you along. So I will do something different next week. And I'm going to use another retired stamp set though for next week. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use, but it'll be cute. All right. Thanks so much. Happy shopping. Bye-bye.